Hi everyone, this is Sia Anshubudia, and today I've come with a session, basically a discussion on how to plan for your exams and some tips to ensure that you're studying in the right direction. So let's first start with when you're planning with your ACCA exams. I'm sure you all are studying very hard, no doubts about it, right? But are you studying in the correct direction? Are you actually covering everything? Are you not overlooking few of the things? Let's discuss it over here. So let me quickly put down few points what are important for you that you should not overlook when you're giving and preparing for your exams. Number one, when you're practicing for the questions, please do not practice them on a notebook or a paper, especially the section C questions. Because, guys, you know that section C questions are compulsorily to be done on Excel. So when you have questions to be done on Excel, why you want to waste your time and reduce your speed, reduce your typing speed when you're doing questions on Excel by doing the questions on a notebook or a paper. Please adopt the strategy first place that you are only going to use Excel or the learning platforms Excel. That is the most appropriate for your section C questions. Okay, so absolutely clear on it. Nobody is going to use pen or the paper or the notebook mode for doing your section C questions. However comfort you may be having over this, because the more you practice on Excel, the more you practice, especially on the learning platforms of ACCA, the more you will have comfort with the Excel in the exam. Because I see most of the students, they come sometimes and tell me, those who have not practiced on Excel earlier, ma'am, we really faced difficulty while doing the questions on, in the exam. The reason being, they were lacking on the speed. They were not very comfortable with the scrolling up, scrolling down in Excel. So please pay attention that you all are going to use compulsorily your Excels only for section C questions. For section A and B, you can use paper. Doesn't matter, because you don't have to, don't have to present your calculations. If you just do your calculations and put up the answer or select the answer, whatever is the MCQ or the question pattern in. Second thing, we Indians, we are very used to of mugging up the answers. That starts from your school levels or even from your undergraduates programs. Somewhere, sometimes we do mug up. Please leave this habit when you're giving a professional exam like ACC. Please do not have the habit of mugging up things. So how do I remember when I'm not mugging up? The best way to remember is grabbing the concepts. When you're attending your classes, when you're going through the lectures, when you're going through the recordings, the videos, please, people, grab in the concept. Once you understand the concept, once you've grabbed in, do you think there is a need to mug up? I don't think so. Because if I'm conceptually clear, put any question in front of me and I would be able to do that. Of course, it would require practice also at your end. So along with the conceptual clarity, you would need practice to be done in an elaborate way, from your BPP or the Kaplan kits that you're following. Number two thing, just like I said, you need conceptual clarity, you need proper practice also. And of course, if you have done a lot of practice, but you are not clear with the concepts, so even if you do 100, 200, 300 questions, it's of no use because you're not clear in your head. So clarity is utmost needed, and along with it goes parallelly practice. So please do a lot of practice from your PNR kits, from the past papers, from mock exams, so that you are confident and at the same time you're clear with your concepts even more. Next that I would like to take up is a very, very important point. Most of you, okay, focus on problem solving questions. What about the theory questions? What about the theory part of your section C questions? When you're doing questions in the class, when you're doing questions, from your, as a part of your self practice, we sometimes tend to take up the theory questions a bit lightly, wherein we assume that, oh, we know about it. And suddenly at the time of exam, we feel that pressure, ma'am, I'm not able to do any theory questions, or I'm not, while you're practicing for your exam, you find those theory questions which you once assumed easy, most difficult. So please don't come at the end and then suddenly realize, God, I have to practice for theory questions. At the start only, when you're practicing for your section C questions, please inculcate a habit of practicing for your theory questions as well. And how do you do that? When you're clear with your concepts, there is no set criteria of ACCA that you have to write the lines which are given in the book or the suggested answers. What you would be doing is frame your own answers, but that you would only be able to frame once you know the concepts well. So see, everything is related to concepts. Okay, now once you know the concepts and you're doing section C questions as a part of your self-practice, please write the theory part also in Excel. So if you're writing the theory first time, second time, third time, you may not be too comfortable with it. But fourth time, you are going to be absolutely comfortable, and theory will not give you goosebumps, but it is going to give you more confidence. Because let me tell you, those theory marks are very free marks. The reason being, if it's a part of section C, and generally, if the theory question comes in there for 2, 3, 4, 5 marks, so then if you're clear with the concept, you're able to write those theory, you get 5 out of 5, those free marks, because you don't have to solve anything, you just have to comment, right? So that is just sentence framing that you have to do. So please have the habit from day one. Last but not the least, very, very important point that I would like to put up is marking scheme understanding. See, all of you, whenever we do questions in the class, we discuss the marking scheme, that this question would be for how many marks, and how many marks. So on, your working and your your question solving should go. So when you're practicing at home also, and your exam also, when you are seeing the marking scheme in the question, please devote time according to it. If the question is suppose just 2 marks question, then please do not try to devote maybe a half page of writing, 15-20 rows of writing in Excel, or maybe you're devoting 15-20 minutes on that. Please don't do that. Devote only the required time and give to the point answer for those 2 marks. Trust me, guys, ACCA never wants you to write stories. So please don't try to write stories over there. Just write to the point answer as per the marks that have been allotted to that part, so that you're not wasting time on it. Okay, and you are just writing that part that is required by the examiner. Okay, so these were some of the tips that I really wanted to share with you, so that you are not losing marks on these, small points and ignoring some of the areas. And last, one more point I would like to put up: there is nothing important in ACCA, because everything is important. So we don't have any shortcuts here. Okay, there is nothing like this part is important, this is unimportant. No, everything is fully important. Okay, please give equal weightage to everything. Okay, now let's move ahead and let's discuss, when you're preparing for your study plans, whether you're attempting the next attempt or any forthcoming attempts, then how you should plan for your studies. What are the pointers that you should keep in mind while you're preparing your own study plan? Let me tell you guys, your study plans are always customized. I should not be just preparing a study plan and putting up to you. I'll do that. Everybody can do that. But the point is, you know your abilities well. You know where do you stand. You know how many hours would you take to complete that chapter. Okay, you know how much time do you have in a day. So please customize your plans as per you. Okay, and do not use a pre-printed plan. Please customize it as per your abilities and your capabilities. So now let's plan your studies for your exams. What you should do: number one, understand what type of learner you are. We just discussed it. So as per you know yourself the best, right? So if you know what are your abilities, what are your capabilities, how much time you can devote, Okay, what all topics you are more comfortable with that you can finish off quickly, what all topics that you find some difficulties in that requires some time. Please make a plan according to your abilities. Once you know what type of a learner you are, please make your plan for the day or for a week according to your suitability. Okay, that is what is most apt to you as a learner. Number 2, set realistic goals that split into smaller actions. Very important. Set SMART goals. SMART goal means specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely. See, everything is covered into it. I would take the most important point over here, relevant goals. Please make the goals that's relevant to your achievement. You know that you're here to give your ACCA exams and you have to clear it. So please make the goals that aim for clearing the exam rather than, doing into a detailed investigation of those topics. Do that once you cleared the exam, because your focus is to clear the exam right now. So please don't deviate from your focus. Okay, and don't have super high expectations from you from day one. Please have expectation that includes a space for errors, because everybody can do errors and mistakes. So don't have too high expectations from you, meaning that when you're setting your goals, when you're making your timetable, then please do not assume that you're going to be picture perfect, that you are going to do everything on time and perfectly. Have scope for errors, have scope for mistakes. Okay, have some leverages in your plan, so that you're not having a heart attack at the end of the day assuming that, oh my god, my plans and my actuals are deviating, they're not matching. So we have super high variances. So now how to deal with it? Don't have those heart attack, guys. Please make realistic goal as per what you are capable of. Build study time into your daily routine. Can you see this? Do you find all of yourself in this zone when you're running against time all the time? Everybody's falling, because I know you guys are working. Most of you are working. Okay, most of you have very tough schedules. So in that, you have to make space for your study. So that means please make the plans that can easily merge with your daily routines. For example, if you make a plan that I'll wake up 5 in the morning and study till 9, and then at 9:30 I'll leave for office, and then I'll come back at 10, and then I'll sleep. Do you think you can follow this routine for good 1-2 months? Can you do that 15-20 days? I don't think so. So please make the plans that you are comfortable in doing. Reason being, if you're not able to cover up the task 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4th day, you will feel demotivated, and you'll feel, oh my god, my entire timetable has gone haywire, and so I'm not able to meet my deadlines. How would I be able to complete my syllabus and the revision? Don't give yourself so much pressure. Please see, nobody's looking into a timetable, only you are looking into it. So please make your plans, your studies, your targets, your chapter completion, mock test, everything as per what you can do. But of course, please push yourself. Don't be in that comfort zone. You have to push yourself. You're sleeping little less, please have that. Please have some sleepless nights, because those goals should make you, these are your dreams that you want to achieve. So please have, your dreams should make you having sleepless nights. If it is something, that's okay. Once you achieve your dream, you can sleep, but that doesn't mean you're going to be sleep deprived. Have the required amount of sleep that you need to in order to be fresh and active. Structure your time, target your study period. We have discussed that. Okay, please use stopwatch timers when you're writing a section C question, especially when you're appearing for your mock test and your past papers. Please put 3 hours timer over there straightforwardly. The reason being, you have to be in the time zone. You have to manage your time, okay? Because in an exam, major problem comes in time management. So you're going to have that habit from the time you're practicing at home. Okay, don't wait for that time management to happen at the exam time. That will be too delayed. Have that habit at home. Follow notes. Don't rush to complete the syllabus. Why follow notes? So that they give you conceptual clarity. Guys, do not panic. Don't be in that panic zone, please. Okay, no need to rush, because there is no use. Even if you complete the syllabus, you're not clear with the concept, you don't know, absolutely, you're not sure of what you've studied. What is the use of it? So instead of studying those 25 chapters in a rush, study 20-21 chapters. Then if you have less time, Ideally, you should complete the entire syllabus. But at least whatever you're studying, be confident of that. Because don't give an exam with the view that I'm going to reappear. What is the use of giving that exam? Don't waste your time and money, time and efforts, right? So please have the clarity of the things that you're doing. So along with your classes, study. Don't wait for your classes to be over and then sipping a glass of juice and you're studying. No, please don't do that. Study along with the class, do questions along with the class. They give you comfort and they give you understanding and they make your preparations almost 80% by the time you complete your syllabus along with your classes. Okay, so that gives you less of panic attacks. Catch up if you fall behind. Now, why this smiley? The reason being, if you fall behind your schedule, everybody does. Trust me, everybody does. But then if you keep some leverages for those falling behind, you will be back on track. Suppose you've got 1 or 2 days where you've not made any timetables. Now, whatever you were lagging behind, cover in those 2 days. So then on the third day, you are in line with your timetable. Okay? So please give yourself some space. So I can say that although we have discussed a lot of things, but the fact remains the same, that creating a perfect study plan is like a military plan you're preparing. So that's exactly what will help you get the results you want. So creating the perfect study plan is difficult, but as per customized plan as per you can be made. Please be very determined when you're preparing the plan and implementing it, because that only will give you the result that you want. You want to see yourself as an ACCA affiliate soon, and can only happen with your hard efforts that you're going to put in. If you create a realistic, precise, achievable plan, then you just need to follow it and your result you will see. Few more tips. Number 1, plan to study 4 to 5 chapters together first and then attempt their questions in one shot. That will help you in memory retention. That will give you confidence once you get correct answers for those 4 to 5 chapters block. Okay, and plus that will also increase the speed. So you'll have speed, you will have confidence, you'll have motivation. And if you are making errors, you will be able to see in which area you're making errors so that you can revisit them again. Okay, set daily, weekly targets that will become ultimately monthly targets. Don't jump to monthly targets. Start from daily routines, then weekly, and then finally your monthly targets. Start appearing for your mock test once 80% of your syllabus is over. Whether you're going along with your classes or otherwise, once 80% of the syllabus is over, start appearing mock tests from then and that time. Start appearing for your past papers then and that time for the topics that you've covered already, so that you're saving on your time. Plus, while the classes are going on, you're covering a mock test and the past papers, so you'll have doubts and queries that can be resolved while your classes are going on, right? So the trainer can easily resolve your queries, and your queries once resolved will give you confidence. So please have that habit. Don't wait for your classes to get over and then start studying. Study along with it. We have discussed that. Make a target to attempt all past papers and at least 3 mock tests. Don't have a target. Oh my god, I'm why, who will attempt all those past papers? Please, they will just attempt 1 or 2 papers. Don't do that, dear. The reason being, past papers would give you an insight on what kind of questions have been asked over the years. So the more questions you practice and the more comfort that you are having with those questions, the more comfort you will have when you're sitting in the exam. So please attempt all past papers and minimum 3 mock tests before you are going for your exams. And these mock tests should ideally be on the learning platform, the CB platforms, that are provided by ACC. Practice theory questions by writing them too while practicing section C questions. We have discussed this. Use timer to monitor answers for time management. Very much important. We discussed it. And last but not the least, guys, you're the best. Please always have that feeling and always tell yourself, all is well. All have seen 3 Idiots, no? So I can relate to it. Trust your capabilities and your preparation. Okay? You know yourself how better you're prepared. You know your capabilities. You know why you are there in this ACCA, because you know you are capable of it. So don't be demotivated. There's a race. Okay? And you know that each of them will clear a line here in this race. Some will clear it early, some will clear it late. It's upon you how quickly and accurately you are able to have your preparations. So that will determine whether you're clearing it early or late. Okay, please have that faith and confidence. And one more point I would like to add before I close off this is, there is no shortcut to success. You all know, right? You all know about it, but please implement it. There is no shortcut to success. There is no important thing in ACCA exams. The only thing that is important and that is relevant is practice. The more you practice, the more concepts clarity you have, the more are the chances of you getting cleared. Otherwise, don't blame it on luck if you don't clear it. The reason being, you know that you have fallen short on your practice and your conceptual clarity. You tried to mug up things. So please don't do that. Okay? And if you have any queries, any concerns, anything, please can ask me in the comments. Thank you so much and all the best. Do the best. Give your best. Trust that you are the best. Thank you so much.